Hey guys, so we're gonna make a skirt. It's gonna be long and flowy like this one, but not exactly like this one because actually I just recorded this whole tutorial and then I realized that there's no audio, so I had to like mute output, or I don't know what I did, but anyways, we're back. And you're gonna start with a polygon tool here. And click towards the center front. We're gonna make a short skirt first and then we'll make it longer. So click here and click here, keep that straight, and then I'm gonna click and then click control and then click here in line with this point. And I'm just gonna fix that waist. I'm just going to curve that line a little too. So we can unfold that. And let's bring that down just a bit and curve that. Oh, I don't know, I lost the... And... so I'm going to make a copy of that, Control C, Control V. And just sew up the side seam or like the top of the... So now that I've fixed that shape a little bit, I'm going to add some darts to the back here. So I'm just going to add a V. And also a waistline. I want this to have a really like thick waistline, and then to internal line. Yeah, same with the back. And then I'm just going to bring this point down to meet here. And another thing you can do is, just so that you have a reference of where that dart is in case you want to continue the dart or have like a seam there, just add a design line there. And I will bring that down a little. So I'm going to cut and sew that one, and then cut and sew this one. And we can just cut that and delete that. And then we're going to sew this facing together. And hopefully you're liking the back facing. This is it's not perfect, but that's okay because I actually want a loose fitting kind of a skirt. All right, let's add some belt loops. So we're going to add a rectangle right at the waist here. And I want it to be a little bit wider than my actual belt. So I'm just going to sew that. Whoops. Make sure it's on the right. And then I can sew the top part to the top waist. And then just click on B. And you can adjust that. I'm going to put it somewhere there. And then also for the, adjust that one. And make sure that's on a higher level. So I'm going to make it on level maybe 2, just in case I want the skirt to be on level 1. And so I'm going to make a symmetric copy of that one with sewing. And now my fabrics are gone. I'm just going to reset this. So we can make the belt now. And actually I had a really great idea for how to make the belt. It's really easy. So we're just going to offset these lines. By like 1.5 centimeters, or whatever. You could do, like, if you want a skinnier belt, you could do like 3. But I'm going to go 1.5 on the top and the bottom. And then same for all of these pieces. But first, I'm going to merge these. Actually, I'm going to cut and sew that. And then I'm going to merge. Actually, something I didn't do in the last one. And we can... I'm just going to delete that. And then redraw the curve. And then if you keep your pointer here, then you can kind of know, oh, okay, it was at this line. And that looks like it matches up pretty good. And one thing I would probably do is just correct. Like, you can tell it's already too much of a point there, so this should be a bit curved. So you could bring this down. Maybe we could do that. So then I have to redo that one. That actually, it looks a little bit better. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go Control C, Control V. That's going to be the belt. And I'm going to make that a different color. And then this one, we have to add the lines here, but so offset as internal. So that's the draw line. And same thing with that. We can control C, control V. We could have merged these, but it's going to be covered anyway. So what I'm going to do is change that color again, and I'm going to go Z. I'm going to cut those. I'm going to cut those, and you want to delete that. Actually, that could be kind of cool if you made a different color and sewed it on top, but I'm just going to delete it. And then make sure this is on top of this, which is, we'll make this layer 1. And then the belt loops, layer 3. And I will symmetrize this one. And then just sew that to this here. And we can make that line straight now. And I'm going to sew the belt to the body. Just going to move this notch a bit. And then we can cut and sew. And then we can cut and sew the center front here. And I'm going to add a design line somewhere there. And we're going to make a belt. So I'm just going to grab the rectangle so that it's right on the front. We'll go like that. And symmetrize that. And then just make sure it's a bit wider than the actual belt. And so the center, you want it to be sort of the same width. So I'm going to sew move this design line. Sewing line. And then so here too. Here to there. Whoops. Make sure that's on a higher level. Oh, I sewed it to the back belt. All right, I can do that again. I like the width of that. So you can leave it like that for like a really easy belt, but I'm gonna make it look a little bit more realistic. So we'll sew this part. I'm gonna do M to this front here. And then same with the back. So I'm clicking M. Just click M once. And that looks pretty good. And let's make that the same color, and then we will add our little belt pieces. So we can just use this one here. Maybe I will in this window, Control C, Control B, and then I'm going to sew this part here just to get it into, whoops. I'm going to delete the editing. And we'll actually do this final step. So instead we'll add a sewing line here, and then you can sew that to this one, and then we'll actually make it the right width. I don't know why that's not. This is level 4. We'll make this 3. Oh, okay. Let's symmetrize this. That might work. Not really. Because I have the sewing line. We have a sewing line on both sides. That is the mistake. And then we're just going to make this belt a lot longer. And change the shape. And look at this. We need to delete this. That's why it's looking so... Don't want any sewing lines on the edge here. Oh yeah, that's way better. And then so you can just make this nice and long and wider, and then we'll make the skirt longer also. So I'm just using the arrow keys, spacebar, arrow keys, spacebar. So I spacebar and then I stop the spacebar and then we'll just bring these out. And the center front. And yeah, just keep going and make it nice and long, and you can change the hem. And that's the tutorial. Thanks for watching. One more thing, actually, you can layer clone front or layer clone the front and the back facing just to give it some more weight. Let's bring this out. That helps a lot. You can even put both of these, like you can both on the one side. And that's kind of a neat look too.